I would much more rather invest my time in a Submariner TV series than a Submariner movie.
Right.
Very good.
And they've hinted Namor a couple of times in the movies.
Yeah.
His existence has been hinted at. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Or a Fantastic Four series.
Mhm.
You're at this point of where you have this media platform. You don't need movies. You're Disney. You do need movies. Don't get me wrong. But the status quo of how things are in the world, you got to start shifting your thoughts of, hey, we really need to go more to series than movies.
Yeah.
And you'll stretch it out. Why? Because you could sign up for Disney Plus for what? One day to watch a movie. But if you're giving us constant shows after another, you got my money because I'm hooked with the subscription. And that's what they need to do.
I feel
they haven't done that.
HBO Max is about to do that.
They are. HBO Max has figured it out.
Disney Plus has to step up.
They do.
Yeah. And so has Disney Plus. Ahsoka Tano series. Boom.
Ahsoka, can't wait for that.
I mean, but for the longest time, I get what Black is saying. For the longest time, they were like hanging on the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hard.
And they're just now getting some other stuff, WandaVision and whatever. And but for the longest time, they were hanging on that Mandalorian, and you could argue they kind of still are.
Yeah,
and
they are.
But look how long you've had us hanging. You had the blueprint for all this other Marvel content that you wanted to do, and you dragged your feet on it. I get it. It needed to fit your timeline for your other stuff, but you've made other movies out of the timeline anyway,
right?
So it's not gonna matter.
You think, Ernie? You think because we weren't ready for it?
We were ready for it. They weren't ready to drop it.
No, I think I agree. I think they kind of rushed Disney Plus a little bit.
Yeah,
I think they were. Yeah. I don't think they were ready. I think they're like, because they promised. Remember, I don't know if you remember leading up to Disney Plus. They're promising all this stuff. They're
promising a whole bunch of content. Yeah,
all this content, and like, oh well, you got the Mandalorian. Sit back and shut up. And expect people to be okay with that. But now, people, and I think people are starting not to be okay with that, so they're starting to even rush.
Yeah, I mean, the only other reason why, if it's not lately, yes, I watched the Clone Wars, but if it were the only other thing that I watch on the Mandalorian on Disney Plus that wasn't Star Wars related was Gargoyles, and then that kind of got like.
But you're talking about old content though.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
But for new content,
80s, 90s, yeah.
The only other thing that I'm using HBO Plus is to constantly watch Hamilton. That's it. That's it. Like yesterday, I watched it 1.5 times. Well, I watched it a full time. The manager watched it 1.5. But that's it. I'm not feeling the value in Disney Plus as I am with HBO Max.
The only reason I have it is because I'm a Verizon customer.
You see?
That's the only reason I have Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for me, it's like it's out of my ecosystem of shit that I got to pay for. And so it's kind of like, if I got to pay for it, I really, that's what happened with CBS All Access. It's kind of like,
I guess.
Although I'm going to say, if you haven't watched Star Trek Discovery, that shit's dope. That shit is fucking dope. That shit is fucking boobies on Star Trek. And cursing on Star Trek. Like, not overboard, but it's one of those things you should check it out.
Just enough.
Okay. But CBS All Access, it's kind of like the fact of what they give for content. Boom, they got this wide variety, but Disney is just giving us Disney.
Yeah, that's it. Nothing else.
and I'm kind of not.
It's,
And,
yeah,
and some Fox. And some Fox.
yeah, they're kind of like it's like here and there, but it's. I mean, I still have a subscription, but it's.
But
I don't know.
the time has come and gone of where they could start talking to bring back the Defenders. Why aren't they doing this?
Who knows?
You know, it's kind of all right. I'm not blaming Feige. I understand that we're in a pandemic, but you think that you film Spider-Man basically during a pandemic,
Right?
Yeah.
But that's the problem: is you're making a movie. Give us something where you could spend the same amount of money on a TV show, and you're gonna get your bang for your buck out of it.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. They blamed Disney for the delayed release of Black Widow, WandaVision,
Of course.
Falcon Winter Soldier. They blame all this on the pandemic, but there's only so much that excuse can go.